conversation starts now. What's up, Amanda? Hello? You're in the back seat of my car on a blue beanbag chair, and this isn't creepy, somehow.
No, it's mostly not creepy, but it's because, like I said, you're within kicking distance of me, so I think I can fight you off if necessary. I'm just going to use all the survival skills I have to just rabbit kick you out of the way. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to defend myself. I'm on a fucking beanbag chair.
It's soft, though, right? It's a soft beanbag.
That is the prerequisite of a beanbag chair, is that it be soft. If it were hard, it would be a crappy beanbag chair. Yeah. Am I allowed to swear on your podcast?
Yes.
We didn't talk about the rules.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
There are no rules. I talked about losing my virginity on the episode with Madison Hedgecock. It doesn't matter. we can go as far.
I'm so excited for you, by the way. Congratulations. Yeah. That's very exciting.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Shit. Sorry.
It's okay.
Balls. Okay. You recently went to Iceland.
Yep.
And I am in the back seat of my car mainly because I want to travel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very fast with people who live in vans. So I have a knack. I was watching YouTube videos of people who live in vans. When I messaged you, do you want to do a podcast about your trip to Iceland? I'm like, I know someone who traveled. Let's talk about travel. We could talk about that.
Okay.
Or our mutual love for animals and crazy animal mating rituals. Your choice. I love both.
Oh, it's such a tough call. I meant earlier to Google, like, random animal facts, because I was like, I need to have a backup, because I don't feel like I can talk that much about my trip, so I feel like we could, like, having animal facts be good, but then I got distracted by the fact that I had to actually, like, do my job and not just surf the internet, which was dumb. I should have just surfed the internet and ignored customers. Let's talk about, so you want to live in a van and travel around the country, or, like, travel everywhere? What do you want to do?
I have no clue. I was just on YouTube. One of my favorite people is Ryan Sheckler.
Mm-hmm.
He's a heavily tattooed skateboarder. I just love his personality and his voice. I'll just listen to his videos all day. But somehow that led me to a pro skateboarder who lived in a van. And he was so happy, you know? He lived off the grid. He did what he wanted. And it's freeing. It's the idea of, this is a car.
Mm-hmm.
This is a metal structure that I could kill someone in, or I could die if I drive too fast. Or it's a beautiful, magical place where we can have a conversation with a human being in a beanbag chair as if we're fucking camping, but we're outside of a Bed Bath & Beyond at Chase Bank. Like, it transformed this car to a car to like Narnia. Like, it's magic.
It is. It's like going through the wardrobe.
Yeah.
Going through your back seat just now. We went through the wardrobe into Narnia.
This is Narnia.
And Narnia is, I'll be honest, I was expecting Narnia to be a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
I thought there'd be more like minotaurs, and all I have is one minotaur here.
So.
See? Because man, I'm really bad at podcasting. Just the whole time I was like, this is weird. It's recording my voice.
Yeah, it's weird, but just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a really cool idea, though, to travel around. And with this car, you could totally do that. And I have some friends who've done some van living, and they seem to speak highly of it. You could totally do that. Travel around, be a little hobo in your car.
Like, for the listeners, I don't know if you heard that, but there was
a couple of fire engines.
Trucks, and like just sitting in the back of the car in beanbag chairs, it's so mind altering. Like, I'm just watching the world like a fishbowl. Like, it's like almost like reality is a fucking lie just because of this. Like, no one knows we're in here. The windows are tinted. That sounds creepier than it should be. But it's like no one knows we're back here. And we're just sitting here watching the world, having a conversation, and nobody knows. It's so mind-altering.
This could be happening in any number of cars along Ventura Boulevard right now. There could be dozens of podcasts being recorded right now.
Yeah. Welcome to LA.
Yeah, this is definitely the most LA thing I think I've ever done, and I was born here.
Oh, yeah, it turns out everyone comes here.
Yeah.
There's so little people who actually are from here.
Where are you from originally?
Here.
You're from, okay.
Yeah, I was born in Ventura. I grew up in Lancaster. My parents didn't want me to be in a gang, so they moved me to Santa Clarita, where there's just fake gangs. Like, no one does nothing, but they sag their pants. I mean, I sag my pants, but that's because I'm a skateboarder. I got a longboard under this, actually. Under this, my longboard is under this right now.
Did the sagging the pants doesn't get in the way of, like, mobility for skateboarding?
No, not at all.
Really?
Yeah, it helps with the ball filtration. Lots of air.
It lets air pass through more easily?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good to know that it's well-ventilated undercarriage you've got going. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I know I just heard of this on the way to the car, but just how we meet people is so fast. Like, how I met you, like, magic.
Sure.
In my mind, everything's magic when I meet a person and they go, you're fucking crazy. I accept that. I'm going to keep hanging out with you so much, I want to be in the backseat of your car talking.
You're unique, and that is funny. It's fun to be around your brain. No one's brain works quite like yours. It's wildly entertaining and kind of fascinating to watch. It's like, let's see what, just want to poke at it and see what comes out.
Oh, that's the best compliment I've ever gotten. I want that audio just like, how would you describe yourself? There you go.
Poke at it and see what comes out. That just sounds so wrong. But yeah.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. I'm wearing a t-shirt I drew on with a Sharpie.
That is true.
This is not my first one.
Yeah. You are wearing a shirt that has writing all over it. It has you can't see it clearly because this is audio, but it has like his manifesto on it. But it's a very friendly manifesto. It's not a scary one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna start shooting people.
No,
and
no.
Also, like right behind you, the thingy that goes down to protect you has writing all over it too.
Oh, the sun visor.
Yeah, the sun visor.
Oh, okay. I was like looking for what a thingy that comes down to protect the sun visor.
The sun visor.
Yeah, it does have writing all over it.
Covered in writing.
Yeah, it does. Look at that. Cool.
Yeah. Just like you legitimately sent me a fun fact of an octopus.
Because that is awesome. The way that octopus is made is amazing. Like, what? Why does it have a penis arm? Let's start with the fact that its arm comes off and it's a penis, and then it just like goes away to die. How does that happen in nature? What is the first octopus where that's the most efficient way to do this? That's not efficient.
Oh, that's totally efficient. If we look at it, right?
Jettison your arm in order to have sex?
Well, any male would do it.
But then
so do bees. Like, I have a joke about this, but I don't know how to make it funny. I have no clue how to make it funny.
Okay, so it's more a comment right now about it.
Oh, yes. It's a comment that I wish would turn into a joke if I one day get smart enough. Basically, what's happening right now in the world is the form of balance of the universe changing and morphing how it should be. Here's what it is. Because men know they're 100% utterly worthless. An octopus takes off its penis testicle and then goes away to die.
Mm-hmm.
A bee is only used for its spunk and then put out into the winter to die. Men know they're worthless. That's why women are scary, because they know they're not worthless. But, how Joe Rogan says, when dumb people... Everyone listens to dumb people if they're the loudest. So all dudes had to do at the very beginning was just yell really loud and go, oh, you don't understand what's going on. But no one knows what's going on. Right now, there's a balance of men going, oh, right, yeah, we're worthless. We're cool with that, but, like, reality kind of said the opposite. And then women are all going, we knew the whole time, stupid. We knew. We just let you believe because your egos are so fragile. And we're like, no, I thought I was good. You're good, but, like, we're better. Like, ah. And then right now, there's a series of men going, that's not true. Then there's a series of men going, like, it's true. Yeah, we're cool with it. Then there's a series of women going, like, it's so true. You all suck. Wait a minute. You still need us to reproduce. We're still kind of important. And someone like, yeah, we get it, but you're down. We go, we agree. So it's just this weird formation of balance of men and women realizing, we were wrong the whole time, but it doesn't matter because no matter what, we die, so.
That's all true.
Yeah. First time I've actually told this theory to a girl, and I got so scared. I'm like, this could go terrible, and it just started. This generation just started.
No, it's that's a lot to take in. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Guys are always, like, that's always the I don't know why I would say always, but, like, the idea that the idea that women just want men around, that feminists just want men to, like, have a reproductive colony and that's it, and then women will rule the world, which, like, we kind of do. I mean, that's effective, but yeah, I mean, we don't need you guys. We need you guys, but, like, That's a lie. That's all a lie. I don't know. We're all just animals. That's the problem. It would be easier, though, if, like, we could just shoot off an arm and then just go off to die. That would make life easier. I just still don't know how that happened. Like, how that started.
Yes, like,
That's
like
like
one
millions
caveman.
there's like millions of years of evolution happening there to make that happen. Millions and millions, because it doesn't happen with like one generation. That takes millions of years of like an octopus whose arm kind of halfway falls off and it's not that efficient, and then the woman gets mad because he's got half an octopus arm jammed inside of her. Like, it's not effective, and so eventually he had to jettison the whole thing and then run around with 7 arms and die. Like, that's still not sure how that. That's why there's no God. Because there's no way that a god would make a world where he's like, well, this is the most efficient way for these animals to mate. That just doesn't. There would be consistency. All the animals would have to lose one arm. It can't just be one. Like, it can't just be one section of octopuses. It can't be like. You want like order, systems. No, this is all chaos. There's nothing. You're welcome. There, I just ruined your podcast by talking about the fact there's no god.
It brings up 2 points.
Okay.
I forgot the first point.
You need to start taking your fucking
I
notes.
guess I notes, but I got so fast and I gotta make eye contact because I got fascinated. I'm terrible at taking notes.
Okay.
Just see imagine Hescott. Just like scribbled words I don't know what they say. I'm working on it. Anyways, I forgot the first part.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't have any argument because I have no proof that there's a god or not.
No.
But this is my only theory.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes sense to me. So here we go. Do you know what DMT is?
No.
It's a dimethyltryptamine. It's a chemical that's in every living thing. Plants, bugs, dogs, cats, humans. It's also a chemical that's released when we dream.
Mm-hmm.
But if you find it, and if you smoke it, you go to another dimension.
Okay.
Here's where my theory kind of loses, like, proof. The theory is God created everything for a purpose. So, if he put this chemical into our brains, that if we smoke, we go to another dimension, and it's released when we sleep, and it's released when we die. What if that's the thing that takes us to, the next realm? Like, we die, and there's so much adrenaline is coursing through our bodies, so we don't know what to do, that our brain goes, and then we just go somewhere else.
It's entirely possible. There's no reason that couldn't be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know about that. That's cool about the chemical. I didn't know about that. That was a thing that was found in all creatures. I'm going to have to look into that. That's awesome.
There's a Netflix documentary. There's a documentary on Netflix called DMT, The Spirit Molecule, and it combines how spirituality and science mix because of this drug, and Joe Rogan narrates.
Okay, so we're finding the common thread here. What if, like, Joe Rogan is the common thread in all of this? I'm following now.
I'm balls deep with Joe Rogan.
Dude, I'm sure he appreciates that. That your balls, like, this is the way to describe being into Joe Rogan, I feel like, is saying balls deep into Joe Rogan. Like, I feel like that's the only appropriate descriptor for that guy.
Yeah, that's the only way,
Yeah. That's the only way to show proper ampedness about Joe Rogan.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So many people don't like Joe Rogan, though. It's like I was talking to my boss, and she's like, I hate Joe Rogan. But she said it so quick. Like, I said Joe Rogan, and I finished off the N, and then she immediately spat out, I hate Joe Rogan, and I got scared. And I wanted to ask so badly why. Because that's a thing you should do. But when your boss gets very angry...
You don't ask.
You don't
ask.
You go, so what's that? So what story? So what's your cat name again? Oh, Levi? Cool. And, like, what funny thing did you do yesterday again?
Yeah.
So sorry, what's going on?
No, you got to move off of that topic fast.
Yeah,
like, is someone? Yeah, you don't ask your boss why they hate someone. You just let them. You just like, yeah, no, yeah.
Absolutely, of course. That's a crazy name. Space is weird. I mean, no, not space. It's a Joe Rogan thing. Shit. Tuesday's weird, right? Today's Wednesday. Yeah. Yesterday was weird.
Yeah. You're holding down fine. So you just got promoted, which is pretty cool. So you didn't answer my question. Are you learning how to cut stuff and chop and shit?
Yeah, I'm learning how to cut like carrots and celery the correct way, and bell pepper, onions, mushrooms. Cut those things into 4s. By the way, mushrooms are delicious.
Really?
I didn't know. Everyone's like they're disgusting. I just no. They taste like nothing. It's fine. I didn't know. People use it.
Are you trying new foods because you're in the kitchen now?
Yeah, I'm trying to eat better because when I look in the mirror, my brain is like, dude, we're dope. But then like, that doesn't match how we feel. That's not, no, that's what people see. That's not what they hear. I want people to look at me and listen to me and go, that's my guy. Right now, I'm not there yet. It's like, I gotta eat better foods. So I was like, well, what makes you fill up faster? Oh, mushrooms. Turns out, no, mushrooms don't fill you up.
No.
No, they don't. It just feels like wasted air. It took a form, and it became a mushroom. That's what a mushroom is. There's no taste.
So you're eating a lot of mushrooms, but it's not filling you up.
I put mushrooms into the salad. I'm just taking handfuls of mushrooms. That's something different. I wish I could do one day. That'd be great. Not a handful. That's a lot. Maybe like one or two.
One or two handfuls too much mushroom?
Yeah, that'd be a lot. Just like, gone. I don't know if I could come back.
From the mushrooms?
Oh, mushroom trips. Sorry, psychedelic mushrooms.
You're talking like the fun mushrooms, not the food mushrooms.
Yeah, food mushrooms. You take a handful of those, you might poop weird, but like I don't think anything bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I can't imagine taking a handful of mushrooms would be that bad, but a handful of mushrooms, not a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, what else have you tried that you've liked so far? So you've tried mushrooms. That was pretty good.
Ooh, I love jalapenos, but I put like a bunch on. Mm-hmm. This is how I know I'm retarded. Like, this is a fact. I had so many jalapenos on a pizza that it was so hot, I thought I was having a psychedelic experience. I was sitting in Target going like, man, reality is crazy. It's hot in here. Man, reality is crazy. I'm staying in a store, surrounded by things I don't need, buying something I don't need for the gym, so I feel a little bit better about my knees. I bought compression pants because I don't like seeing my knees when I work out. Also, Taylor Lautner wore them in Tracers, and that was a great movie. I'm like, I don't like Taylor Lautner from Tracers. Buy compression pants, of course.
Yeah.
So.
You don't like your knees?
I don't like my knees. I have a tattoo above my knee, and I hate my knees.
Why do you hate your knees? They're just knees.
I know,
they're like, knees always look weird.
Yeah.
They always look bigger than you think they are. Like, their knees are weird. That's just a thing. They're joints. It's just, they're fucking weird. I'm sure your knees are fine.
I'm sure they are too. I just don't want to look at them. Also, compression pants, they just feel great. They just feel nice. I get yoga pants. I don't get it because I don't wear yoga pants. But if they're like yoga pants, totally get it. I feel so confident.
They're super comfortable. Yeah. No, they're the most comfortable things you can. I mean, I don't know like how the waistband is on compression pants, but the great thing about yoga pants is that they're just, it's like pajamas that are really like that you can wear out in public. Yoga pants are fucking awesome, and it makes everyone's ass look good. Yeah.
I think the compression pants do that too.
See, there you go.
That's like, it's the confidence. It's the confidence.
You can strut through the gym now in those compression pants. Do you wear shorts over them?
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. Good. I was gonna say like the compression pants without shorts over them is a lot going on. But
yeah, that's
good call. Good call with the pants, with the shorts.
Yeah, you gotta put your iPod and your keys somewhere, you know.
Right.
Just turn around, putting my keys in my penis area.
Yeah. No, just tuck it all in.
There you go.
I swear that's what jockstrap is for, is my understanding. No, that's not what jockstraps are for. Don't look at me like that.
Wait a minute. I've been using those wrong the whole time.
Yeah, it's a storage pouch.
I've been using those to protect my balls in jiu-jitsu. No, it's storage.
No, it's for storage. You just pop all your goods in there, and then also put in, your wallet and things like that for safekeeping.
I mean, that's totally great for traveling when you're worried about pickpockets.
Yeah, you can wear a jockstrap.
Yeah, I was on the bus in Budapest.
Okay.
And a couple days before that, what I like to do is I would like to sit under this underpass, and all these buses would stop by, so I would lip sync my favorite rap songs. So then people who were on the bus would go, "Look, there's a bearded dude rapping a song. He looks so happy. I should be happy." Then there was these 3 homeless guys who were like, "That guy's crazy." I saw their lips. It sounded like that. I didn't hear their words. 2 days later, I bumped into those same guys on a bus going to the airport, and they go, "You're the rapper guy." And I go, "Yeah." And they go, "Give us a beat." I don't rap. I just lip sync. So I'm like, "You barely speak English. Let me try to freestyle." I freestyled to my best ability. It wasn't great, but it wasn't 100% terrible. And then he had a bag of coins, because in Europe they still have coins that they need all the time. He tied the coins to his gym, like, tie thing, right? And then put it in his pants.
Oh my god.
Right in there.
And then he had him on, like, his waist or something?
No, just in it, like, in the
In
pants.
his pants?
In the pants.
It's weird.
It's weird, but, like, he had it figured out,
Yeah,
man.
no. When you live on the streets like that, you gotta know those tricks. So now you've got that one. How long were you in Budapest for?
3-4 days, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much of that time did you spend rapping in an underpass?
Two mornings, I think. Yeah.
When did you decide you were done during the day rapping?
When I got tired, I would put my iPod on shuffle, and when I kept playing, like, no, this is angry. I'm like, no, and then I'll just be like, or like, I'm hungry, and I'll leave.
Okay.
Like, when food, or boredom, or, like, when enough cops kept looking at me, I go, it's time to leave. It's like, I don't know how to explain this. What are you doing? Oh, there's this dude named Oddson, and he's a rapper, and he's teaching me through his albums how to be a better person, and he did this, and I'm like, well, you know what? It's time for me to repay my debt to the universe. You're going to prison now. Makes sense. I get it. So, there's enough cops. Tell me to walk away.
Okay.
Fun story. I have a sunroof, so before work, when I'm feeling kind of sad, I'll blare my music. I'll open up the sunroof, and I will sit on my roof, and I will lip sync rap songs of people who are leaving the shopping center.
Okay.
My boss has caught me at least twice.
You do this at, like, Ashley Furniture or something? Or?
No, I have 2 jobs. One of them is a Paiology, another pizza place.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll just sit out there. It's like my morning job. And my boss will just walk by and just see me on the hood, just trying my best to go along with the song. Or sometimes I'll sit out there and write jokes, or, I'll try to write songs or poems, whatever they are right now. And I was just like, what are you doing? I was like, man, people are bored all the time. I'm trying to show them a little joy or something. He's like, you're different. I was like, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, well, as long as you're enjoying yourself when you do it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's amazing.
Where else did you go after Budapest?
Budapest. Amsterdam.
I feel like this trip could have ended very badly for you. Just, like...
I was with my best friend, and it's a surprise he did not kill me.
Okay.
Because you're a comic, so when you write, you don't just sit down. Like, okay, I don't. I pace. I walk back and forth. So we'd be in hostels. We'd be in the room. I'd be walking back and forth, just giggling to myself, writing out new material. I would do that at airports, too.
Oh, man.
Because, so, we would get, like, real late flights, so someone would sleep and someone would watch. Well, I'm going to be the watcher because I can't sleep because I'm used to comic time.
Right.
So I would just go around, not the whole, but the seats, and I would sit there and I'd rap songs, or I'd write jokes. And, like, he'd just wake up, sing his butt, just walk around a circle around. I'm like, I got you, bro, I got you, but I'm going to write my material. So, it could have ended very badly, but somehow it was...
Yeah. No, it's, traveling with a friend is always, it's tough, but if you can handle each other and not kill each other, it's a good thing for the friendship.
Did you travel with anyone while in Iceland?
No, I travel alone, because I don't like people that much. So I went on my own, because I knew that, like, if I wanted, I always want to do not dumb things that are entertaining, like dumb dorky things. So I figured that I'd rather just do it on my own schedule. So I go and I just talk to strangers the whole time, and it's great. That's the best part of traveling alone, is that you just make friends with people. You would make friends with pretty much everyone. It's just, yeah, you just talk to people, and then most of the time they're kind of just curious about why you're on your own. I don't know if it's different if you're a guy. If you're a girl traveling on your own, people are really confused by it. Because they're like, well, they want to know who you're with, why are you alone, why don't you have any friends who can do this with you? I'm like, well, because none of us would get along by the end of the trip. Because I want to go rock collecting. Because that's what I do. I collect rocks. Stop staring at me.
No, I'm so fast. I
have like 2/3 of a geology degree. So I have like 2/3 of one.
Did you not? Are you finishing, or did you just not finish?
Okay, so I already have one degree, and then I went back to school to get a second one in geology, and then I was like, well, I got kind of bored, and I got offered a job working at Tiffany, and I was like, well, I already have a degree, and they'll pay me, and they don't pay me at school. And also, I don't like waking up in the morning and driving to Northridge. So I decided to go sell jewelry instead. So I have like 2/3 of a degree in science. But I have like I have enough science knowledge to generally be able to bullshit my way through a conversation, and I don't have enough to get paid to bullshit my way through a conversation. Is basically where the line is. But I also have a rock collection as a result, which is unusual for a grown-ass woman to have a rock collection. But I get along really well with kids as a result, because we talk about their rock collections.
Like, there's so many questions I have.
Okay.
Like, how big is the rock collection? Where did your love for science start?
Okay, how big is the rock collection?
Yeah.
Like, do you mean in terms of number of rocks, or like...
Number of rocks and, like, the size of your rocks.
Okay. Size of... The biggest rock I have is not that big, because you have to carry it yourself most of the time. And, like, I don't want to carry heavy things because I'm lazy. So... the biggest rock I have is probably, like, it's a chunk of marble that a friend brought me that's about this big, so, because people would be listening theoretically to this, it's about the size of a small chihuahua. And then the rest are, like, pretty small. The rest are, like, hand-sized. I have too many rocks. Just way too many rocks. I have to get rid of some. Probably at least 100. Probably more. And then they live in Tupperware, not Tupperware, but like, to-go containers that you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of them from Smart and Final, and then I put them in, grouped from where the location is, since they're all stacked up in my apartment, in a couple of cabinets, so that people don't walk into my apartment and see that I have a rock collection. And then love of science, I always was into it. I've always been super into science. I grew up here, so I was always looking at rocks and stuff. And I took a class in geology in high school, and it made sense to me. And everything just kind of clicked, but I was like, I'm really suck at math, so I'm never going to be able to pursue this. And then I worked for a couple years in TV, and I hated that. And then this recession happened, and I got fired, and so I was like, well, this is the best time possible to go back to school and see whether or not I still suck at math. And it turns out I don't. But I do suck at attending class. So that was a problem, because I didn't always attend class, and that's a thing you need to do, especially if it's like a 9 a.m. calculus class, which I never attended, and then I tried to take a test, and then I failed it. So, hit and miss with that thing, but yeah, so science is cool. I don't know, that's all I got. Science is awesome. If you can learn about it, why wouldn't you? And now I collect rocks. Because they're cool. There's no reason to have them, though. That's the thing that's messed up, is that it's not like because I used to collect them because I was like, well, I might need this for, like, if I ever have a class, I'll have these samples with me. But now I'm just like a hoarder, but I hoard rocks. So I have to return them to the wild. I have to, like, start weeding out my rock collection in case I ever move. It's going to be really hard to move. I would have literal boxes of rocks.
That's awesome. That's so, like, that's the coolest thing ever.
No, it's not.
Like, think about this, right? You're in school.
Mm-hmm.
You found something that fascinates you.
Mm-hmm.
You then collect the thing that fascinates you. You have such a big collection. You have to get rid of a portion of your collection. Not only that, you went back to school. Turns out you don't suck at math, you just suck at attending.
Yeah, that's way easier to suck at attending. It's way more
so
doable.
easy.
Yeah, I just suck at attending. It's not. I just didn't want to drive 45 minutes every day each way. It was very far, and I am lazy.
That's so taxing on a human being.
I mean, I really should have just gone to class. That would have probably been more effective, and I wouldn't have had to retake the classes. But now I have a fully paying job, so. And I can, for the most part, impress people with, like, stupid science things that I know.
Okay. Just say all the stupid science things you know.
I know a lot of stupid science
Awesome.
things. You'd have to ask me a question about like rocks and stuff, and I might be able to answer it. I don't know. I can explain stuff, but I can't necessarily.
Okay, we'll go from here to see where we're at, because I don't know a lot of science stuff.
Okay.
I just, like, on Joe Rogan, they just, like, the science person talks about science, and I sit there and I take notes. So I don't know how to ask questions. But
Okay.
Why does an amethyst? Why is an amethyst purple?
Okay, that's actually one I can explain. So, everything's made out of chemicals, right?
Right.
So, what makes chicken different than beef? You can't. A chicken isn't beef.
Okay.
Yeah, like chicken isn't beef because it has a specific composition, right?
Right.
Think of minerals the same way. So, you have something called quartz, right? Another mineral. I'm trying to think of a mineral that you would have heard of. I'm trying to think. Man. So quartz is a mineral. There's also salt.
Yeah.
Salt's a mineral. Now, salt has a specific chemical composition. Quartz has a specific chemical composition. Quartz is made up of silica and oxygen. You take silica, you take oxygen in certain proportions, you smash it together, you get quartz. Now, that's pretty basic. Quartz, though, comes in a lot of different colors. It comes in clear. It can be kind of white, milky quartz, rose quartz. You get all, smoky quartz. You have all the different colors of quartz you can get. And one color you can get is amethyst. And that's because you've got all the little atoms connected to each other. Sometimes wrong atom gets in there. Instead of there being an oxygen, you throw in something else extra by accident. A chloride or something. If you get enough of those in there, because it's a different chemical composition, it changes the color. So, as a result, you end up with something funky colored. Another good example of this, a diamond is a mineral. Diamond is made up entirely of carbon. It's just a bunch of carbons all latched onto each other. If occasionally, instead of having 1,000,000 carbons, you have, let's say, 900,000 carbons and 100,000 randomly thrown in nitrogens, turns the diamond yellow. Instead of being white, it's suddenly yellow. Because the way that the light comes through it and comes back out of it reflects differently, changes the color. So that's why amethyst is purple. I don't know what the chemical composition is or what the chemical is that changes it, what element it is, but theoretically, it's because there's something else in there changing the chemical, the way the light comes in and out. There.
That's so cool.
It's like I'm 98% sure I'm right on that explanation.
So then, rocks are basically made by chance?
Yeah. I mean, sort of. That's what always drew me to geology. What I liked about it was that everything actually makes a lot of sense. It's all very, everything, if one thing happens, then something else must happen. And it all kind of ties together in ways that's really kind of weird and cool. And so it's all very orderly. And I liked that aspect of it. That was very logical. But rocks, it doesn't happen by, rocks, technically minerals will happen by chance. Because, in the sense that, it's a big, when you think of the number of atoms in the world and in the universe and what everything's throwing together, you have to get certain ones that like each other for certain, and then everything bonds and it has to build a crystal structure. But there's certain circumstances that they occur under that make it more favorable. So, the odds of our playing baseball right now are pretty slim. But if you happen to put the two of us in a baseball stadium, the odds go up, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with certain minerals and stuff. If you put them in the right circumstances, even though you've got all the makings in any other place might not, you put them in the right circumstances, the odds go up that it's going to actually happen.
I got a lot from that.
Okay.
Then, so basically, what drew you to geology was the order and the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing happened, something else had to happen, which makes everything in life basically make sense because that's kind of the formula of life.
Yeah, it totally, that was the thing that really drew me to it, was that it just, I thought it was really cool that you could just, that all the pieces connected. The earth expands, creates new plates in one section, and so therefore there has to be somewhere else where those plates get destroyed. That just is how it has to work. And I thought that was really cool, and the way that if those plates are getting destroyed, that determines what minerals are going to come out and what's going to create new plate. Like, that was just, it's all a cycle, and it's really cool. Geology's awesome. Rocks are dope. I don't know.
It's like, it's cool to think, like, we're here, right? And, like, basically everything ever in history had to happen for this moment right here.
Yeah.
Down to plates shifting and then creating minerals. And then we all, as human beings, take that for granted.
Yeah.
But you, a human being, has all that information, and you walk with that day by day by day. And with proof of that, you have a collection of that information in the form of rocks in cabinets and boxes.
Yes. That's a good way to look at it. I like that.
That's so cool. Like the Duncan Trussell constantly talks about, like, gratitude. We never gratitude rocks. Like, they just pop out and go, yeah, it's a rock. We skip them, we toss them. But, like, things had to shift and morph and contort for that rock to happen.
Yeah.
And because that happened, we also had to shift, contort for us to happen. And we just take us as humans for granted. That's why when tragedy hits, we realize how uninfinite we are. Like, if something happens on the news, something happens to Tim or a next door neighbor, we go, oh, right, this ends.
Yeah.
That's why tragedy is so hard, and that's why gratitude and living in the moment is so beautiful. But because we're forced to move quicker than we should, we forget.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good point. That's totally a good point.
Plus, I have a great idea for a comedy album for you. Marble-sized Chihuahua. But this is just me projecting onto you.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool for you to have a comedy album where you just talk about science and rocks, and then make it entertaining, funny, but also incredibly smart and deep. That's the shit I like.
That would be cool. I always thought that would be, like, I think it would be cool. I love what Bill Nye did for us as kids. Like, I don't know if you watched Bill Nye as a kid.
Just one episode in high school. So
Oh,
I don't
man,
know
you're missing
much.
out. His show was awesome. He's going to have a new show on Netflix. You're going to have to watch it because it's the sort of thing that you would love, because he breaks down concepts and he makes it fun. And he does kind of, everything's a little absurdist, everything's a little weird, and it's great. And so I always thought that what he did was cool, and it would be cool to build something like that, but it requires effort. I also want to do, like, drunk history, but with science, but that's someone else's idea. But yeah, like a thing, wouldn't that be cool? Like,
that would be so cool.
Like a YouTube show where you get, like, scientists who sit there and explain what they're working on, but they get drunk in the process. And they explain, like, what their field of study is. Yeah, I would watch that.
Yeah, just...
Especially because most scientists I know can drink.
Like, because they know how, like, not fertile, that's not the word, infantile, I don't know, the world is, because they look so deep into it. They go, yeah, one little, and we're done.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do we do? I don't know, you want to drink, Tony? Oh. All right, let's drink.
Yep.
And I go, yeah. Just being a scientist, to me, is, like, the coolest thing, because there's so much smarts to it. You have to, like, memorize so much, and you look and you ask questions and you understand. But because you're so good at that, communicating to other people must be so difficult. She's like, I know how this and this work. Do you know how communication works? Not a clue. And I was like, yeah, no one else does either. Like, what? Since when? Ever? Half the time we just kind of guess and we throw out words and hopefully someone catches them.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate for most scientists I know. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Most of them don't know entirely how to communicate with other people.
It's like, I think, like, it's like with people who have passion. They don't know how to communicate either. They just start yelling. People go like, this guy, he's really excited about what he's got to say. If scientists just did that somewhere, people are just like, whoa, that's crazy. I don't know what that would be, but, like, And also because YouTube, it doesn't have to be that long. It could be 15 minutes.
Right.
It could be 20. It could be a lecture.
Right.
But it's free. It's right there. So if you have a passion and do it and no one watches like this, it doesn't matter. You have the passion.
Right.
So I say go. If it's already an idea, I guess make a spin-off, but like totally do that.
I just have to get a car and some beanbag chairs.
That's all
That's all it takes.
It's all it takes, man. Couple of little.
The beanbag chairs are really ingy. Like I was hesitant about the beanbag chairs. This is very comfortable.
Thank God.
You're welcome.
I want to start with the beanbag chairs. They're from Toys R Us in the kids section.
Well, there's not an adult section of Toys R Us, dude.
That's a good point. Sorry.
But in the kids housewares section.
Yeah, in like the kids little girl section. I went to the
These
girl.
are dope. Like this is. I don't know why I keep saying dope. I think it's them around you, and it seems like a word you would say. This is awesome, though.
I say dope a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like. The fur is nice.
And it's teal, which even though this is crazy dark, it just brings a little bit more liveliness to the conversation. We're like, you know what? Let free. Just let the words fly out.
Yeah. No, this is I'm sold on these beanbag chairs. These are great.
So I had to walk into Toys R Us, say, hi, I'm a 22-year-old adult. I had a full-grown beard. And so I'm like, do you have any beanbag chairs? And they go, for you? I was like, yeah. And they go, I mean, we have beanbag chairs, but they're like for kids. Like, and where would those be? They go, okay, over there on the right. I was like, thank you very much. I go over and go, I don't know how this is going. I take it out. I sit down. Like, I can totally fit in this. Like, you and me are the same height, so I figure like,
yeah.
I mean, this is gonna suck for tall people, but like,
you can fit a tall person in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just kind of have to like roll onto them. They can't. Like, I kind of squatted my way in, but you'd have to just kind of roll on if you were tall.
Yeah.
But there's definitely room for, like, a tall person in here.
Because, like, the first podcast I did was with a Madison Hedgecock, and I was in the driver's seat, and he was in the passenger, and it was a great conversation, but, like, it was hard for me to make eye contact.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like, we're sitting in the car, but, like, here, like, I'm laying down. I gave no fucks to professionalism. I lay down, like, as a therapy session. I'm just like, I know I'm interviewing you, but this is for my problems. I'm like, this might be really, like, in my mind, not creepy, but it's like, oh, it might be a little, and I'm like, oh, it's like a really cool, like, fish bowl. Like, you know, those little toys with, like, the treasure chest.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like that. That's what I feel like right now. It's delightful. I get fish. I don't get how they die so quickly, but I get fish. I get them. I get your live fishes. I get it. I wrote some. Okay, cool. In school, like, this is what I did in school before stand-up. During that whole messed up time, my jokes were about tonight. I would listen to comedy and rap on Spotify.
Okay.
I put it on shuffle, and my goal in class was to not laugh at comedy when the teacher was talking. Would just turn into a lot of me putting my fist in my mouth and just like trying not to laugh. Because I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew the rest of it was bullshit. Like, I didn't do comedy. I didn't know I was going to be good at it or anything. I just knew what I wanted to do, and this was going nowhere.
Right.
And then, so did you have that realization or something along that sort while you were in school?
About comedy or about science or about
Comedies,
just anything?
Just anything in general, like being bored or comedy or, of course, like science.
I was a big nerd in school, so I really liked it. I liked school, and I was at a, like, stupid competitive, like, not stupid competitive, but just really competitive high school. So, and all my friends were nerds, and I was, like, the dumbest of my nerd friends. They were all, like, so ridiculously smart. And, so I was really big into school. I liked it. I got to college, and I wasn't as into college, both times around. Both times in college, I was like, this is dumb. Mostly because it wasn't, like, it's hard to have a day where you just, like, roll into class for 2 hours, then you're done with your day. I didn't like that aspect. But comedy I didn't decide I wanted to do until last year. Like, you met me one of the first nights I did comedy, probably, because I didn't start until February last year of 2016. And that was because I was working at a jewelry store. I work at Tiffany's, and I was like, I need to be doing, I was supposed to be writing, and I wasn't writing, and I was like, I need to do something creative. So and I'd always been into comedy. I always liked watching it, but I didn't think I wanted to get up on a stage, because I'm in groups and stuff, I get really shy.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I think I could perform. If I don't have to talk to anyone, I can probably get up on a stage and perform. So I gave it a shot. But yeah, I don't know. I try to, I like learning. So there was never a time when I was in school where I was like, this is bullshit, I'll never need this, because I was like, this is way more interesting than anything else I'm going to do with my day, is sit here and learn something versus like what I would normally do, which is eat and sleep, because I'm depressed all the time. So I was like, when I was in high school, all I did was, if I wasn't at school, I was like eating in secret, or I was like sleeping. So school is definitely more interesting for me than the rest of life.
Your thirst of knowledge, like, has it always been there, or did it was it triggered while in school? Was it just like as you were a kid, like, I want to figure stuff out?
Yeah, learning is cool. I don't know. I once I learned how to read, and it's like, this is awesome. I can just get information, and I like being a know-it-all. Like, I like knowing shit and then telling people when they're wrong, and it becomes a lot easier to do that when you know the facts. So yeah, I just like, I don't know. Stuff is cool. I'm just curious about things. I'm bad at asking questions, but I'm really good at, like, deciding I want to learn something and getting obsessive about it and learning about it.
What do you want to learn right now?
I mean, I want to learn how to write. Like, I want to learn how to do comedy is a big thing for me right now. I gotta, like, study it more. And then I want to learn languages, but I'm really bad at them. Like, I want to learn Spanish, but I suck at it, but I think it'd be really cool to be able to curse people out in Spanish. Like, I think that'd be awesome. Just be able to, like, just randomly just start, or if someone started talking to me and I didn't feel like talking to them, just, like, speak to them in another language and pretend I didn't understand English. Like, that'd be great. I would love to be able to do that. But I don't know how to speak any other languages yet. And then I could eavesdrop on people, and that would also be cool. Next, it'd be like I'd be a spy. So I'd be just, like, sitting there, and I'd understand Mandarin, and the people talking in Mandarin next to me wouldn't know that I know what they're saying, but I know that they're talking about what a bitch their in-law is. Like, it would be great. So that's what I want to learn next, but I'm not a good language person.
Comedy is a lot like being a spy. Like, we're constantly changing who we are, because we're always figuring out who we are, so that has to change. But also, Brandon Bricks is a comic I met at Garage Mike. He said that comics wear different kinds of outfits because they're constantly changing. So, like, James Bond, he has the suit and the tie, but also in, like, the more newer versions, he had other things on for that. So it's kind of, like, funny how basically science is adapt, or figure it out, adapt, or die like a spy.
Yeah.
And then comedy, basically the same thing. But, like, languages, I mean, there's still body language. You know you offended someone at the front row if they look at you weird, or even a little tilt. Or
Yeah.
you can tell right when you get on stage if they're going to like you or not, just because of the way they're slouching. That's also a language.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like how everything that we do is connected. So I think that the confidence of learning stand-up while learning a language would, like, just make you skyrocket, because learning a language involves writing, and because you're sitting there, you're writing for a purpose, things will flow because your brain's like, oh, let's figure some stuff out, man. We have a purpose. And then, like, as you're writing that, you could probably write jokes in Spanish and go, that could work for this over here.
That's actually a good point. Yeah. Fueling it does help with creativity. That's a really good point. Yeah. Okay, I have to learn Spanish now. Damn it. Thanks, man. You gave me a to-do. Great.
Yeah, you're totally welcome. Yeah. Okay. Two-parter. Your very first stand-up special you ever seen, and also the most influential, inspirational stand-up special you've ever seen.
Okay. Most influential, I'll do first.
Okay.
Probably I saw the Jen Kirkman's "I'm Gonna Die Alone and I Feel Fine," I saw it pretty recently, but it was one of those ones where I was like, oh, there was just something about the way that she put, like, I'd actually read about it before I watched it, because I tend to read reviews of things and read recaps and stuff, and then I did watch them, which totally spoils most of the shows I watch, but someone talked about how, like, about the way that she spirals her thoughts, and it goes from, like, a little small thing to suddenly it just expands outward, and it kind of spirals in this mix of anxiety and introspection. And I thought that was, and once I started watching it with that in mind, I thought it was really cool, and it was one of those things where I was like, oh, that's something that I would like to do. Like, that is the approach I would like to take. I hadn't really seen any comics, especially female comics, who had everything's really micro, like talking about dicks getting sent to them, or like everything's like really focused on a narrative of their life, and she was doing that, but she was also doing not just bigger picture stuff, but kind of like giving it her own voice, and I thought it was just really interesting the way that she did it. So that was pretty recent, but that was one of the ones that's been super influential. First special I saw, I don't know who it was, because back when I was like probably 12 or 13, I just gotten a TV. Like, I got a TV in my room, which was super exciting because I got my bat mitzvah, so I got a TV. That was the deal. And Comedy Central was like just kind of becoming a thing, because it's like the late 90s. I mean, it existed, but it wasn't just become a thing. Like, I think cable finally became just widely, like, it became part of basic cable instead of something you had to pay for. Anyway, I got access to it, so I started watching it, and I would just watch all the specials, and I just thought they were hilarious, and I didn't know who any of the people were. I know at some point I saw an Eddie Izzard special. And I think it was like Dressed to Kill. It blew my mind how fast he spoke, and the range of topics he covered. And I hadn't seen Monty Python yet, but like, he covered ancient history and things like that, and I was like, how is he covering the history of the world in a comedy special? And so that one probably, yeah, that was probably one of the big ones that like clicked. But all those, like, all that Comedy Central used to show, like, you were too young for this, all that Comedy Central used to show was just stand-up. You could turn on pretty much any time, and you'd see either, like, stand-up or Kids in the Hall or South Park toward, like, the mid-90s, like, the end of the 90s. But for a long time, that was just, if you want to watch stand-up, you could just turn it on. It was really cool, actually. So, yeah.
That's how I got into stand-up, was Comedy Central.
Yeah.
I saw Gabriel Iglesias, and he made noises with his mouth.
Yeah.
He's like, this is my therapy. I'm like, oh, I need that. There we go. That's it. I don't need to pay for it. I'll do it. Right? And, like, the way he saw the world back then, mm-hmm. My views on him are very different now, but back then, he had this very kind of, like, I grew up with a lot of Hispanic kids, and, like, you know, it was, like, Israelite street smart mm-hmm. and wise. It's like, that's, like, my buddies. Like, and then I started talking like him.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff like that. And then I got into it. I just recorded all of them. So at night, like midnight, they'd have like all the half-hour specials. Mm-hmm. So you wake up, there's 12 half-hour specials right there just before school. Just click. All right, half of it was just commercials. Yeah. So it was more like 15 minutes. So you could power through at least 3 before school.
Yeah.
And then back to Jen Kirkman. I watched her special. I didn't see that, mm-hmm. but when she was on The Meltdown with Jonah and Kumail, she had a bit about how she was at a club. She was in an elevator, and then she was asleep, and she had a dream that she was in that elevator, and this was after Prince died. Prince was there, and, like, he talked to her, and then they went up the escalator, and they went to this crazy party. And then she got, like, she came back to the joke, and then she got, like, crazy introspective about herself and the situation and just the universe. And I was like, oh, this chick gets me. And I was like, what? And I'm like, why couldn't that? I just want an hour of that.
Yeah.
Just that moment, an hour. But also, normal people, and I realized this talking to my aunt today, they don't want an hour of boom introspectionness. Right. They want. Let's go. There you go. Because I told my aunt all the craziest jokes I have. Bigfoot. We're inside of a guy's brain playing his really weird game show. Stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And my aunt's just like, where are the jokes? What is this? I was like, oh, right, yeah, you're not surrounded by this all the time. When you go, I need to evolve. You're like, whoa, that's crazy. So, like, for her career, it probably wouldn't be a great idea unless we all hit a next level of mental preparedness. But, I mean, if professional stand-up comics made one stand-up special in their career for open micers and other comics, and just, like, for them, just like, this is for you guys, because you guys right now are on that mental stream of the internet is everywhere. Weed is legal. Shrooms are kind of legal for...
they're really not legal, buddy.
They're not? What if, like, they were doing these tests about, for PTSD and stuff?
I mean, they might be, like, but, like, I'm just saying, they're not, like, weed legal.
They're not weed legal, of course not. But they're testing it out legal. Whatever that means, whatever weird red tape that is, they're testing it out. Which means people are getting more information now. Mm-hmm. Especially when it comes to Molly. Like, they had a test with Molly where they had one test group, the guy was not on Molly, and they were tossing a ball, and they avoided him. Mm-hmm. And he started overthinking, does everybody in this room hate me? But then the other test, one guy had Molly, and they all avoided the ball to him, and he goes like, look at you guys just passing the ball around. Look at my friends. I was like, that's crazy. How, we get so in our heads, like, do these people hate me even though I don't know them? This guy's like, look, the ball's going around. It's red. This is amazing. And it's cool, like, how we're hitting that. We can I type in Joe Rogan motivational, and my brain will be exploded. We can do that now. Yeah. So I feel comics, sometimes they'll do stuff for the audience. Yeah. Like, one day I just want, this is for you guys. I mean, anyone can listen, but this is for you guys. This is how, no edit, no filter, no, this is us. Mm-hmm. That's kind of my hope.
I feel like that's what a lot of, like, I mean, doing podcasts and stuff, I feel like a lot of comics doing podcasts now, a big part of it is kind of just for other comics. I mean, that's cool. I like that idea.
Yeah. That's why I used to listen to Pete Holmes when I first started stand-up, because I didn't know about Joe Rogan. I just knew about Pete Holmes and Kyle Kinane. And Pete Holmes...
Oh, dude, I love Kyle Kinane.
Kyle's amazing. I hate Kyle right now, but I'll get to that later.
Okay, I want to hear about that.
I forgot.
Wait, so you were saying that you were listening to Pete Holmes when you first got out here.
Pete Holmes. I don't remember if it was Patton Oswalt or Dan St. Germain. Mm-hmm. But I was driving to the Palace, the Chinese food restaurant. Sure. And he goes, if you could give any comic starting right now, what proof would you give them? And I forgot who it was. He was like, you're going to fail 95% of the time. Don't worry. That's okay. I do that now. I'm like, oh, great. I'm amazing at failing. I failed math so many times. Thank you. Great. No one can judge you if you're going to fail all the time. Yeah. And I was like, and I think that's to your point. Yeah, I think comics started podcasts for these up and coming. Like, we have this knowledge. We're going to give it to you. We're also going to give you all this life stuff we've also learned, because comedy and dating, even though it's very cliche topics, it's hard to mix all that of, like, you're alone on stage, you're alone when you drive your car, and it's sometimes really sad. Yeah. And then, like, trying to meet people, go, that's amazing, but then they're in your life, go, wait a minute, where are you going? I'm going to a comedy club. How many? About 4, hopefully. What? Why? Stay with, now I gotta go. Like, you knew this from the beginning. Yeah, but that was when that was fun. This is, what are you going? What are you doing? It's interesting to hear what they've been through. Like, oh, okay, that's going to happen. This is how you messed up. I'm going to make sure I don't do that. But if I do that, to understand and to learn from that. Yeah. So you're right. I think podcasts were started for comics, but then blew up. Yeah. Now why I hate Kyle Kinane. Yeah. His last special, Loose in Chicago, half of it I just felt was like fluff, just utter bullshit that didn't need to be in there. Mm-hmm. Like, he started by saying, like the whole seeing a guy wearing an I Heart Squirter shirt. Yeah. I found that joke just not Kyle. Like, he started off a special by saying, and it was here, get so drunk you called a cab to take you to Wendy's. That's Kyle that I know. That's the Kyle, you know what? That's my goal. When I turn 21, I'm going to get so drunk I have to call someone to take me to get food. Mm-hmm. Yes, Kyle, that's the goal. Then now it's just like, what are you doing? And then he didn't get political, but then he got political, and then And that stuff bugs me just because, like, everyone has an opinion. But you're Kyle. Kyle doesn't have an opinion on that because it's Kyle. No. And then he finally got into who Kyle is, or who I know Kyle of.
Yeah.
And it was halfway through. I was like, dude, I don't want to listen to half your shit. I want to delete half of this crap and then get to who I know you are.
Yeah.
But then he also did a podcast with the Boogie Monster. With Dave Stone, and they talk about not psychedelics, paranormal stuff.
Uh-huh.
And looking into Kyle Kinane's life, I wanted to be like him. I wanted to be an artist like him. But then listening to his day-to-day, I go, no, sir, you drink too much, you eat bad food. And it's like, that's a terrible road. I don't want to go down. It's hard to respect him as an artist when I slightly lose respect for him as a human. It's so weird.
Yeah, I think that, like, a big part of who he is as an artist is the fact that, like, he is constantly, like, I mean, I was listening to, I don't know which special, I think it was, I Liked His Old Stuff Better, was the special, and he was talking about, like, having to cut back on drinking because he hit his head trying to get out of the shower.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, and it's like, it's just shy of being horrifying. It's hilarious because it's him like the way he tells it is funny, but it's like, have you ever, it's that moment like, if you weren't telling this in such a funny way, this would be a cry for help. But that's the thing that's weird is that we get up on a stage and we're like, hey, here's my cry for help that I'm gonna say now, and if I say it enough times, eventually I'll get successful by sharing my cry for help. So I don't think you're supposed to like necessarily admire him. I think he'd probably be fucking horrified if he found out that you admired. Like, you're not supposed to want to be like him. That's kind of the point. Like, you shouldn't want to be like most of the comics out there.
Even though we're gonna be in the future,
right?
Those comics out there,
right?
But there's gonna be kids listening to our podcast 10, 15 years from now, go, hey, remember that time we did a podcast in a car? And two people are going to sit in the car going, hey, remember they were talking about a podcast in a car? We're doing it!
Yeah, like, no, if any kids are listening to this in 15 years and they're like, yeah, I wanted to be like, stay in school, attend your classes, because, trust me, you're going to have anxiety dreams for the next 10 years otherwise about accidentally forgetting to study for a test. Like, I still have anxiety dreams about school, and I chose to stop attending it. Like, I feel like that should exempt me from having anxiety dreams, like stress dreams about taking tests. I have dreams where, like, one of my professors shows up and is like, I'm really disappointed in you for dropping out. I have a degree already. I already have one degree. I don't need to be getting these anxiety. I don't need guilt trips from professors in my brain being like, I'm disappointed you didn't get your second degree. Like, that's not fair. I chose to drop out. I should at least be exempted from the stress dreams. But yeah, so stay in school, kids, because you have the stress dreams regardless. Like, it just happens. So you might as well get a degree out of it.
That was Mama Bear.
Yeah,
this is like Papa Bear. So you get out of school right now, you miserable fucks. Leave. And if you're weird and you're pushing it down, let that butterfly free. It's so helpful. Oh my God, high school sucked. I just kept pushing the weirdness down. Let it free. Let it free. You're going to find crazy people who are going to sit in a car with you who love you for the crazy shit you do. Draw on your clothes. Draw on your car. If you have an idea and you go, I'm not going to do that, it's crazy. Do it, unless it's like going to kill someone or suicide or something like illegal. Don't do that.
Yeah, let's temper the crazy. If you have a crazy idea, do it within reason, is what I'm going to say.
It is creatively, that's not going to put you in prison or harm's way. Do it. Follow that passion because it gives you this crazy amount of purpose. It goes like, what am I going to do today? Let's buy a t-shirt. And we're going to draw all over about the crazy stuff. Okay. And then people are staring at you like, that dude's wearing a t-shirt. Yeah, then you're walking through the mall going, hey, you can buy all this crap that someone else designed. Or I can wear something I designed from my brain that it's phenomenal. But if you do enjoy school, attend school. But, like, for me,
yeah,
it sucked balls, and I hated every minute of it, and it gave me anxiety. I had enough anxiety attacks in this car. Right there?
Yeah.
Just banging on the wheel, going on the freeway. Why am I going to school? It sucks. I can't talk to nobody. Everyone keeps staring at me because I told everyone I want to be an actor. A teacher's like, who here wants to be an actor? I was like, I'm already a comic. The next step is actor, madam. And I just put my hand up, only hand up. Some girl behind me goes, really? I was like, Man, if I had enough confidence right now to smack you, I would. Because you don't know my life. Yo, 20 minutes from here, there's a comedy club where everybody knows my name, mainly because I work there, but still.
Yeah.
Like, it's possible. Like, I'm not going to be Tom Cruise or Taylor Lautner. I'm going to be their friend, but still an actor.
Yeah, no, that... Fuck that girl. That's obnoxious. Like, yeah.
You don't know my life.
No. Did kids in school know that you were doing comedy?
I don't have no clue.
Okay.
Like... Okay, I don't have the hat with me, but I have a Bigfoot built the pyramids hat, which is based off a joke, and I'd wear it, and it's like, I think like one or two people like, what's with that? Like, oh, it's a joke.
Okay.
So I think a couple people knew, but I didn't like, hi, I'm only here to make my dad happy. I'm gonna go do something later that's gonna make me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but oh no. Yeah. Do people, like, you work at a customer service job, do people know you do stand-up?
All my coworkers do. I don't normally mention it to like customers because it doesn't come up because customers don't care about my life. Totally fair. I don't care about anybody else's life either. But all my coworkers do. They've all been really awesome. Most of them have come to my show. It's like shows I have, bringer shows. So that's been pretty nice. They've all been very tolerant. When I was first starting out, like I would practice my jokes on them when it was slow in the store because I would get nervous that I would forget my jokes. Yeah, I work in a small store and everyone's really cool, so that's kind of nice.
What I've realized is just by telling people you do stand up, the lights seem brighter.
Yeah.
Because they go, oh, you're not like the rest of us.
Well, it's one of those things that everyone really likes stand up.
Yeah.
But it's something that most people don't do, so they get really impressed by it. Like, if you tell people you do stand up comedy, a lot of the time they're going to be super impressed by it because they're like, oh, I always wanted to do it, but I'm scared to get up on stage. Or I don't want to talk in front of a bunch of people. Every fucking time. I know so many people who think I'm so much cooler now. I'm not. I get into a group of people and I get really nervous and I don't talk and I stand in a corner being awkward, but like, everyone thinks that I'm really fucking awesome about this stuff. No, I'm terrible at it. It was great. So yeah, people think, lights are brighter with you.
Yeah.
It's totally true.
And what I realized is confidence is an illusion. It's just basically, confidence is just being comfortable. Anyone can be comfortable on stage. I'm not going to say they're going to be funny, because that's almost impossible. 95% of the time you're going to fail. But just being comfortable on a stage with a microphone, letting all your little emotions and happy and negative stuff off. You know, people hitting on men or women. No, they're just comfortable with it. They understand how it works. And also, not everybody likes it when you say you're a comedian, especially when you're looking for a job.
Oh, yeah, you don't tell them when you have a job. No, you just tell strangers, like, when you're trying to talk to strangers. But don't tell, when you're trying to get employed, no. You keep that a secret, a dark secret.
Yeah, I can't do that. My email is Taylor the Comedian.
You should get a professional email, Taylor.
Nah.
You can get, like, a Gmail. Just get yourself a Gmail that's just your name. Very professional, very grown up.
Yeah, I applied to a job to be for aerospace. I have no qualifications. I just
decided you wanted to do it?
I just want a job, so I just went up and down the street asking if I could get an application, right? I made a receptionist laugh, you know?
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool, I got you, because the receptionist was like, oh, that dude was dope, right? Older dude walks in, I'm like, hi, I'm Taylor. And I'm like, yeah, he's Taylor, he's fine. Like, yeah, here we go. And he looks at my resume, he goes like, oh, Taylor the Comedian. I'm like, yeah, I want to be a comedian. He goes like, oh, I could have been a comedian once. It's like, oh, I'm not getting the job. Oh, no, dude. Nope.
Nope.
The young gun can't be the funny one. Nope. And he looks at the receptionist like, have you been, like, smiling while you're at work? I'm like, hey, I do that. That's me. I did that. See? There we go. I'm bringing joy to the world. No. I had no reason to apply anyways. I don't know what aerospace is. I don't know. I think it's planes or Iron Man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's planes or Iron Man. You're pretty close, yeah.
Alright, cool, because I'm Iron Man. I said, you're in aerospace. I was like, oh, okay, space. Planes, I don't know.
So you were just going to apply to it?
I applied for an electrician job. I know nothing about electricity. on the resume, it has 10 questions about wires. I put NA, willing to learn, NA, eager to learn, NA, no clue.
Okay.
They called me the next day, like, hey, Taylor, this is Ashley from this electrical place. They want to talk to you. I was like, dude, I got the job, right? Screw you, Dad. I was right. You can't be a smartass on an application. I get in there. I'm sitting there down my baggy flannel, just like, waiting, like, yeah, man. That's just pretty cute too. All right, here we go. They put me in there. Also, when you get overly confident about your 5-year plan, they get scared too.
Yeah, they don't know. They want.
They want the guy who doesn't know nothing. Because I'm like, so what do you want to do in 5 years? I want to be paid in comedy in 5 years. Not a lot of money, just I want to get paid some money. I want to be able to tour. I also, this is kind of like 10 years down, but I want to have a vegan restaurant that's like Denny's, but it's vegan, called Sunshine's Diner. And then like, I also want to have an amazing podcast where more than one person listens to. And I just gave them all this stuff. They go, what? This dude has a plan. We were not expecting.
That's a lot, yeah.
And they willing
Wait,
to learn.
but was electrical engineering, was electricity anywhere in that plan?
No.
See, I think that's probably where you lost them.
Yeah, I had no information. I didn't know. I just so we looked at your resume. We just want to see if you're a real person. I was like, I'm real. What's up? I'm here. I go, so you know nothing. I was like, which is also a good thing because then you can train me exactly how you want me to work. Like, I work real hard, man. You don't got to worry about nothing. I go, we'll give you a call. A week later, they didn't give me a call. I just drive over there. They go, yeah, I'm sorry. I was supposed to call you, but I forgot you didn't get the job. I was like, all right, cool. Thank you. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how that works.
But you tried.
I tried my hardest.
You did try your hardest. Like, I'm very impressed by that level of just fearlessness. That is a bold move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sunshine Diner.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you vegan?
No, I like this vegan girl, and there was no place to take her after midnight. So like, if I created my own, then there'd be a place for a future Taylor, you know?
Yeah. For the next time.
For the next time, I was like, oh, don't worry, there's a place for that. Cause like 1 o'clock, there's no vegan place. There's no
vegan places are open.
There's
after
nothing.
1.
There's Denny's, but like that's iffy.
Yeah, no. I don't think you can get anything vegan at Denny's.
I think they have a salad.
Yeah, I would not recommend eating raw things at Denny's. Like, you need it to be cooked at Denny's.
Yeah.
Okay. 5 years touring comedian, 10 years vegan diner.
Somewhere down the line.
I mean, you can do that now. Like, you're on your way. You're a cook.
Yeah.
Like, you're making progress.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You learned about mushrooms.
I did. They taste like nothing, so they're delicious.
And mushrooms are like a big part of a vegan diet. Because they got protein and shit.
Dope. Yeah. Avocado's dope, too.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I've always liked it, but it got ramped up real quick by the white girl community.
Yeah.
So like, this is totally over thing, but they are delicious. So I got your back, but like,
I'm
2 feet.
I'm allergic to. I can't eat avocado. I do not like it, and I'm allergic to it. And bananas.
Damn.
But everyone else seems to fucking love avocado. I just do not. I only like it when I'm drunk, and then I want guacamole, and then I eat it, and I'm like, why did I do this? This is terrible, and it makes my throat close up. But everyone else seems to fucking love avocado.
Yeah. I don't get carrots.
Oh, carrots are great.
I think I'm allergic to carrots because, like, when I eat them, I want to bite my lip just constantly, and also when I talk, I sound gay.
When you eat carrots, you sound gay.
Yeah, like it'll get caught in there somehow, and then I'll just like.
Okay, so you're choking on them, is what you're telling me.
Oh.
You kind of sounds like you're choking on carrots when you eat them. You maybe need to chew more and not talk. That's probably the problem. You're trying to talk while you're eating carrots.
Maybe I don't know. I talk a lot.
Yeah,
I have a podcast. I didn't get this to talk less. I got it to talk more.
You tried to talk more.
Talk more. It's just an excuse.
Okay. As much fun as this has been, it's almost midnight and I have to go home because I have work in the morning.
Okay.
I have to go sell some shiny things tomorrow.
Awesome. Quick question?
Yeah.
This will be the closing question.
Let's go.
Okay. If you could pick any quote that ignites the fire in your soul, what quote would that be?
That ignites the fire in my soul.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, I don't know. I mean, I'll give you the only quote that I actively know. So I have a really bad habit of misquoting things. Like, I can't quote things properly. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. I can't quote movies properly. I screw up quotes all the time. But I've worked really hard to memorize the last few lines of the book The Great Gatsby because I really like the author. I really like F. Scott Fitzgerald. And so the last kind of chunk of the book is, but tomorrow we will run faster, stretch out our arms farther, and then one fine, I think it's morning, or one fine day. No, and then one fine day, so we beat on boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. And the idea is basically like, we try to get better, and we try to be faster, and we try to get closer to the future, but we're constantly kind of being brought back into this past that we can't escape. And I always kind of thought that, like, I heard someone say once that our whole lives, we are who we were in high school. And I think that's pretty true. Like, it doesn't matter what I do in my life, I'm always going to kind of see myself the way I saw myself in high school. And so the idea that, like, we're trying to either recapture a past or we can't escape a past, or I think that's, I don't know, I like it. And I like the idea that we're always kind of trying to break out of that and get further and go forward and get something that's just out of reach. So, that one. Let's go with that. It makes me sound deep as fuck.
It does.
It doesn't sound fucking deep.
It was deep as fuck.
I sound so deep, and it's just because it's the only quote I have memorized, so.
It's a beautiful quote.
It's a great quote.
I'm gonna take that with me.
Okay, don't write it on anything. I mean, you can
that's
write it.
the whole point of the shit.
I know, but, like, I mean, you can write it on things, but, like, I find a quote that you like. What's your quote?
I have two quotes.
Okay.
One is from Madison Hedgecock.
Mm-hmm.
Figure it out or die.
Okay.
It's so simple, but
it's pretty straightforward.
So and then there's one by Henry Rollins,
Mm-hmm.
Lead singer for Black Flag. Knowledge without mileage is bullshit.
Okay. I like those.
Yeah.
Those are good. Those are good ones for you.
Yours one was totally, like, super deep, and I want to, like, I'm going to marinate it on the way home because that's so true. How we see ourselves as we saw ourselves in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to marinate
Yeah,
on that.
it's totally what, like, all of us, I don't know if everyone's like that, but for me, it definitely is. Like, I still see myself as the way I was in high school, and I mean, I know I'm not that person anymore, but I'll never not think of myself that way. Maybe eventually I will, but by then I'll be thinking of myself as like, oh, that fuckhead who was that 30-year-old, and it's like, oh, I'll, think of myself as I am now, and that's going to be super awkward too when I'm like 60. Anyway, I have to go home because I have to go to sleep.
I don't know. I one day want to figure out how, like, a really cool catchphrase of how to end this.
Okay.
But bye bye.
Bye.